Yo, long hairs. Welcome back to another episode of The Main Cave, where we talk about confidence, masculinity, and community. I am Elefante.
And I'm El Sicario. And on today's episode, we are going to talk about how to deal with haters.
Well, I think haters are going to exist no matter what. People will always have an opinion, regardless. You'll never please everybody.
Yeah, and you know, being a dude with long hair, you kind of challenge the conventional stereotype of men and masculinity. So it's going to happen no matter what. I mean, everybody has their kind of prescribed idea of what a man should look like. But obviously, you've come this far, pun intended. So clearly, you've made it this far. You've decided that the haters aren't going to dictate what you're going to look like or how you're going to act. But at the end of the day, no one likes to deal with haters.
But I mean, there may be some people watching at home right now who aren't this far. Maybe they're
That's very true.
Maybe they're in the awkward stage. You might be in the awkward stage right now, and you're, hair just past your ears, and you got somebody in your life or strangers. The cojones on some strangers, dude, to just say like, "Fuck your hair, I don't like it." Like, dude.
Yeah.
So if you're in the awkward stage and trying to push through to full flow, hang in there. There will always be haters. You'll never please everybody. And that's just a fact of life. Not all women like long hair. Not all parents like long hair. Not all employers like long hair. If you watched episode 2, you will learn how to deal with some of those workplace issues. So go back and watch that if you haven't. But at the end of the day, you don't grow your hair for other people. You grow your hair for yourself. And people may not understand every reason why you grow your hair. Maybe you just like it. Maybe, like us, you're growing it for children with hair loss, and you plan on cutting it with us in 2024 at The Great Cut, which, by the way, you should sign up for at thegreatcut.us. So in your experience, have you ever dealt with anybody kind of throwing shade at the hair?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've gotten it from everyone. My parents. I was in the Marine Corps, so naturally I don't really fit the bill of that high and tight Marine anymore. And but I mean, I've gotten it everywhere, and of course, it's always a dude with the buzz cut hair, and it's like the general remark that I've gotten is, of course, that it's like feminine or it's not, and otherwise it's not manly. My favorite response is actually, oh, okay, my hair's not manly, but like, what could be less manly than doing something to my body simply because another man told me to do so?
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing more submissive than changing yourself because someone else that you really have no obligation to answer to is going to tell you to do that. But yeah, in general, I've come to the realization, especially as I fully committed to being a long hair dude, is I'm not here for you, man. This is my experience and this is my hair and my body. So I'm not going to, I'm not going to do that. And good luck. Good luck being so insecure that someone else's appearance affects you. A lot of the times it's probably a guy that's just that lacks confidence to the point where someone else doing the thing makes them insecure because they could never do it themselves. What about you, Elefante?
I have had a couple instances of people commenting on my hair, and mostly strangers, people I don't know, people I've never talked to before, people I've never seen before, just feel the need to comment on my hair. For one reason or another, they don't like it, they think I look stupid, they think I look like a girl. For example, I had two examples actually. I was at the bar one time, and I walk up to the bar to order a drink, and the girl looks over, the girl sitting at the bar, she looks over at me and she goes, "I don't like your hair." And I say to her, "Well, I didn't grow it for you, but thanks for your comment." And then you always go back and you think about like, oh, what could you have said? The question is, are you bullying me or are you flirting with me? Because either way, you're being a child. And I think that's the perfect response, and I'll test it out and I'll report back. And then the second one is there's a barbershop right around the corner from HQ, and it's happened 3 times now, where I'll be walking across their storefront to go get lunch, and some dude will walk out and say, "Hey, oh dude, let me cut that hair, man." I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm good. I don't have no plans on cutting it anytime soon." And they'll make a comment like, "Oh, I love that trophy." And for one thing, my hair is not a trophy. I didn't grow this out for the last 3.5 years for someone to look at it and say, I want to take that from you and put it on a shelf for my personal satisfaction. It's not a trophy. This is something that we've taken care of. It's taken a long time to get here. It is, and in my case, my hair is not a trophy, but it is in fact going to live on the head of a child who cannot grow their own hair. So some other things you might hear from folks who just don't like your hair. Cut your hair like a real man. So
I love that.
Let's talk about some real men with long hair.
Yeah, my favorite one, actually, I have a hip pocket response for that. It's, I always say, oh yeah, George Washington had long hair.
Those are the types of things that we challenge here at the Long Hairs. Gender norms, your appearance has nothing to do with your masculinity. And even if you're not a masculine man, who cares? So what I like to, when I hear stuff like that, I love to respond with like, who's your favorite historical warrior?
Let's say just cultural or popular figures in general. So like I see a lot of guys that like the same guys, and sometimes I actually do this, like when people leave hate on our Instagram post, I like to like click on those profiles, and of course like I never respond. Why? Like what is the point? But I just like to see like, well, who is this person that felt compelled to waste their life commenting negatively on our hair? And it's always a guy that, has like a Viking reference or loved Braveheart, The Patriot, John Wick, Rambo, Conan, like all of these movies with dudes with super badass long hair, but then like here they are with the buzz cut and like, oh, well, you don't fit my rigid box of what a man should look like. And it's like, and what about me is not manly? Like I was in the Marine Corps. That's a pretty manly thing to do. I was a reconnaissance Marine, did 2 combat deployments. Like I love when vets, because I don't fit the bill of veteran, and so like there have been times where I've met other vets that are like, oh man, wow, like cut your hair, hippie. It's like, dude, I've been in more gunfights than you, so like no, thank you. But like of course for my non-veteran brethren, just in general, it's like, dude, look at all these popular figures that are idolized via movies or actual history that had long hair, and then suddenly it's just not cool today. But I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it could be a point of encouragement for you too. If you're struggling with dealing with comments about your hair and the perception that you feel it puts off to those around you, write a list of all the dudes with long hair that you're either aspire to be like or who inspire your hair growth journey, and reflect on that. And even more so, look at some of the qualities that those folks or those characters embody and try to embody those yourself. And if you're looking for more encouragement, more tactics, and dealing with some of this stuff, we have tons of blog content addressing this stuff. So visit blog.thelonghairs.us. Search awkward stage, search dealing with haters, and you can cruise that stuff, and we have tons of resources there. And, at the end of the day, you can always come to us. We are the guys who educate, advocate, and celebrate long manes. So you can always count on us to give you that extra little push of encouragement. And don't give in. Don't give in to the haters. It's not about them. It may not even about you. Maybe it's about the kid that you're growing it for.
Ultimately, you don't even need to have some rebuttal, tucked away, just waiting for you to quick draw and send it. At the end of the day, you're not here for haters. Right? You're growing your hair. You don't even have to have a reason. Maybe you're not even going to donate it. But you don't have time. Time is our most valuable and precious resource that we can never get back. So why waste 1 second of it giving in to a hater, right? If someone hates on your hair, cool. Great. Hey, sick, dude. Thanks. Probably never see you again. So right on. Have a great life, buddy. And yeah, dude, just keep letting it ride. And that's it. You're not here for haters. You're here for you.
And with that, we're going to conclude episode 4 of The Main Cave. In the meantime, keep letting it ride.